Guys, this is Zach with the USMC Reefer. This is my new build, my 180 gallon. It's a Marineland tank, Peninsula style with a ghost overflow. It's a Peninsula Reef. Had that drilled by my local fish store. Want to get this video out because the tank is pretty young. I just upgraded from a 90 gallon tank to a 180. It's a 180 gallon display, and I've got a 65 gallon sump underneath. So I just wanted to do a quick overview of my tank, and so we can start seeing the progression of how everything looks in the tank and how the equipment works and everything. Have my 90 for about a year, and then so all the coral growth, and I got rid of some corals when I switched over to this, but all the coral growth and everything is about a year from the other tank. So this tank's been up and running for, I'd say, about 3 weeks maybe. So everything's fairly new. Still going through some new tank syndrome with the new sand and everything. I got some diatoms and stuff on the bottom of the sand bed, but that's about it. So my lights, I'll just go over my equipment. My lights are SB Reef lights. I got the 32 inch, I got two 32 inch Pro timers in the canopy. I'm running two MP40s on the far right side along with my overflow. My returns are plumbed through the canopy that come down onto the very far side. I try to keep that as minimalist as possible. I just didn't really want to see anything on that far side. Underneath I've got a Tideline 48, which is made by, what is it, Synergy? No, not Synergy. Dang, why can't I think of the name? I had their sumps before, but it's a 48 inch long sump, 65 gallons total, and it is massive. It is the biggest sump that you can absolutely possibly fit in this tank, which is awesome. So I'll show that here in a second. Microscape is still lit. I don't know if I'm going to change it much, but I'm really liking it a lot. So now I'm moving towards the canopy. This is handheld. I don't have one of those little fancy handheld things, so I'm going to try to keep this as stable as possible. But up here in the canopy, we've got, like I said, two of the 32 inch timers by SB Reef lights. So I got two mounted up here on the top, and they cover really well. I'm really liking the lights. I'm only got them on, what, 30% blues, and about at 15% on the whites when they go on. But that's it's not too bright. Still working with my light schedule right now. The light schedule, I think I'm running 12 hours total, but the blue lights are only on for 8. I'm sorry, the white lights are only on for 8. The blues are on for the whole full 12, and then I run, they've got a moonlight setting that I run for 2 hours before the blues come on and 2 hours after the blues go off. So it's like, I guess 16 hours total. So, all right, so I'll go ahead and show you guys under the sump. I already opened on the back side of the other side of the aquarium. So I pretty much have doors all the way around. The only thing that doesn't have a door would be my far side. And a lot of people think it's super awesome, which it is awesome because I can get to everything like I need to. Only problem I have with it is there's no really awesome way of mounting anything. So I have to mount everything to pretty much the far side and the very little bit I have over here. But equipment wise, I've got first coming over here to the down pipes, if you want to call that equipment. It's the bean animal. I don't know if a lot of people, you guys have Synergy Reef overflows, but you get the water level pretty high in there. A little bit more comfortable, so it's not completely silent. I got a little bit in the box that makes a little bit of noise. But it drains down into 2 filter socks. Real quick, the only design flaw I can see that's in this filter sock, so it comes into here first, is all the water overflows into this first main chamber, it goes in that first filter sock, but guess what? It doesn't get collected hardly at all by the second filter sock. So what I'm left with doing on that part is I will take the back filter sock out, move it to the front, and then put a new one in the back. So I'm getting to try to some everything out evenly. It doesn't clog up too bad. I change them every 3 days, like everybody recommends. Hadn't had any issue with that. Anyways, this is a Reef Octopus 202. Works freaking fantastic. I had this in my 90-gallon in a Ruby 36 sump, and it was awesome. The biggest thing I could freaking put in there, but this thing is working like a champ. As you can see, pulling out really thick gunk. So I'm liking it so far. I haven't hooked up my BRS carbon and GFO reactor yet. That'll probably be here soon, because I'm kind of trying to grow Chaeto and stuff with it whenever I can find it on a local fish store. I thought I was going to get it the other day. Murphy from Murphy's Reefing, shout out to him, was going to give me some, but I said, nah, man, I'm going to go get some from my local fish store. It didn't wind up happening, but hopefully they get in some soon. Running one of my cheap UFO lights from eBay, 60 bucks, and it grows algae. As you can see, I just have that growing just strictly with the lights, and you can see how much algae is growing in there. I got a little bit of live rock, and I bought, what was it, a gallon? I think it was the size volume, a gallon of the Marine Pure spheres, and they look to be working awesome. Coming to the return pump, I got the J-Bow or J-Cod, however you want to say it, the DC 12,000 return pump. I got that plumbed up. So that's everything in the main sump. All right, now finally to open the third door. This space is hard. Like I said, this doesn't open into a door, but I got my third door, which is my entire control panel. So I've got a Trigger Systems crystal 10-gallon auto top-off container. I use a Smart ATO auto top-off to keep my levels good. It works great. Definitely let you know when your water's too low, because it makes an extremely annoying beeping sound. I've got the J-Bow dosing pump. They work great for me. This is my third one, and the only reason this is my third one is because my own error. One, I dropped it in the water, and the second one, I lost the power supply on my move. Bought one that I thought was going to work, and it wound up blowing up in my hand because I put the wrong power supply on. I dose, right now I'm just dosing 2-part, BRS 2-part. I just drilled holes into the buckets down there and just run it straight into my tank. And I've been trying to go really neat with everything, so I don't have I'd love one, but I don't have an Apex, so I just have one of my bars hooked up here. And I try to do like a nice little mountain board, and just so I'm not drilling it into the side of my nice canopy. So I've got that for now. I'm happy, guys. This is my dream tank. So that's all the equipment for the sump, and I'll bring you up top. So in the tank equipment, I've got two MP40s here on the back wall that are ramped up to, I think they go up to 70%. It gets me just enough flow. This is going to be my SPS area, and this is more of my LPS area for now. If I ever want to go to all SPS, I'm probably going to throw one of those mass spec gyros up there on the far side. Like I said, I got my two MP40s, my Synergy Reef Overflow. I use a flipper magnet. I wish I would have got the max, but I had this for my 90, so the magnet's not that strong on this 180 glass, so I think a 180 or 220 is probably the tops you're going to get off that bad boy before you're going to have to go to the max, because the glass is just too thick. What is this bad boy? It's made by two little fishies. It's their algae clip, and it is fantastic. My big NASO that I have in here, and all my other three tangs, well, my other two tangs, can smack at that bad boy, not coming off. So I love it. And then the only thing I would say equipment wise, because these aren't just standard returns, these are I've already done a review, so if you want to see the review on them, these are the Vivid Creative Aquatics random flow generators. They move water in a random pattern. It goes down and up and around and shoots water all over the place. As you can see, it'll break the surface of the water every now and then. Awesome return nozzles. I love it. So anyways, I'm going to be doing some updates on my corals, my fish, my equipment, how I'm going to be doing things, tank updates in the future. So you guys want to stick around. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments below, and I'll do a certain review on something, and I won't bullcrap you on anything. I don't get paid by anybody to say what I want to say on this channel, so I'll tell you my true opinion on everything. So just ask me if you want. Ask me about my fish, my equipment, the tank, where I got my tank, anything, and I'll answer it. So you guys have a good day. This, like I said, this is Zach with USMC Reefers. I really appreciate you guys watching the channel, and hopefully get some more content out here, because I finally got my new tank up and running and I'm loving it. So you guys have a good day. Thank you.